Hi everyone, it's me, ikale.sunflower. So I thought I'd hop on today and do a unboxing, flip through and first impressions of this tarot deck that arrived a few days ago. So this is called the Black Tarot and it's an Ancestral Awakening Deck and Guidebook by Natasha Williams. I also have the separate journal book that comes with this, but I've put it down and I'm having a bit of a can't remember where I put it moment, so I can't actually find it right now. But I will add a link to the separate journal book in the description bar should anybody be interested. So you get a guidebook. Tarot cards are also in a separate box, which I like, which you can just put your hands in and pull up, but my nails have been a bit of a challenge. And the inside of the box is really kind of like nice velvety kind of material. So the deck is published by a company called RP Studio. It's part of the Hachette book group, which I've never heard of before. So let's have a look at the back of the box before we look at the book. Let the spirits guide you. Awaken ancestral ties and connect to the divine with the Black Tarot. A deluxe tarot deck and guidebook set from author Natasha Williams, featuring and celebrating exclusively black figures and imagery. This deluxe set includes 78 full colour tarot cards, 144-page full colour illustrated guidebook, and a keepsake box. It just shows you some of the images. Okay, so the guidebook, it's quite thick. As mentioned, it's 144 pages. So let's have a look. Dear Natasha Williams, author and creator of this deck, you come to me with the idea of changing the narrative and inspiring a whole new generation. You come to me seeing the magic I could not see in myself with every word we worked on together. You inspired me to become a version of myself that I never knew existed. Thank you for opening me up to this platform of wonder. So look at the contents page. It's nicely laid out. So it talks about the deck story, and then it's got different chapters. So the first chapter, which is Understanding Tarot, it talks about getting started, what to ask, when to pull and how. Then there's a section called Black Tarot Deck and Guidebook. So it talks about the symbolism in the deck, the suits, alignment in yin and yang, affirmations. Then there's a chapter about the spread. So it's got the 1 card tarot spread, 2 cards spread, 3 cards tarot spreads, 4 card, 5 card, and speciality tarot spreads. Then it's got a chapter about preparing for a reading. So it talks about how to gather your deck, set the mood, set the intention, shuffle the cards, position the cards, close the reading. And then it's got a chapter about the card meaning. So it goes into the major arcana, the family court cards, and the minor arcana. And when it speaks about the author and the illustrator. So I think that's a really nice laid out content page. So let's have a look a bit about the deck story. I've been interested in tarot, astrology and magic from the moment I was able to read chapter books. Harry Potter, Ella Enchanted and Artemis Fowl were favourites on my bookshelf. I've always dreamed of being a mermaid, so it's no surprise that water is my element. I like to believe that my ancestors who were ripped from their homeland and shackled as cargo to a boat, who didn't make it ashore, transformed their final breath to merfolk, gaining the power of the very element that swallowed them whole. My spirituality has developed and evolved through unlearning and learning, decolonizing my mind and spirituality. I have been learning to embrace traditional spiritual practices that were taken from BIPOC, communities, tribes and groups. Many of our long-established spiritual practices have been demonized through colonization, the media, Hollywood, white supremacy, and under the guise of Christianity. Oh dear. We have significant work to do as a world to untrain ourselves, our minds, actions and habits from the lies and propaganda we have been fed for generations by those who currently hold power on the top. So this is I'm guessing the creator's experience. I don't know whether she's a Black American. My experiences are different, so it would be good if she could have said that that's her experiences, because otherwise people are going to assume that every single Black person has had this experience. So I do like it when people actually relate it to them and don't see it as a thing that every Black person has been through, because that's how it's reading. When I started with the tarot, I believed that my answers came from my subconscious or my shadow self. Now that I have connected and aligned with my ancestors and spirit guides, I know that any reading I am doing, be it for myself or others, comprises a message, guidance and wisdom coming directly from them. Your ancestors and spirit guides are always ready and willing to lead and protect you. You only have to ask. When I first began tarot, understanding and reading the cards took time. In wanting to strengthen and enhance communication between my guides and me, creating my own deck with imagery that resonated with what seemed like a logic choice. Although I am passionate about divination, there were moments before my work on this deck was complete when I wasn't sure if I was the right person for the job. I felt as though I needed to know and understand more. Thankfully, many of my angels here on earth, my husband especially, encouraged me to carry on with this creative endeavor. Self-doubt ultimately stems from being a beginner. Both learning and healing takes time, and our journeys are not always linear. Tarot is a visionary representation of the many cycles of our lifetime, trials, tribulations, and lessons. I hope that the cards bring you clarity and provide you answers. But if you still feel lost or in need of wisdom, slow down. There are answers all around you once you learn to take your time and pay attention. I wish you all the love and peace on your spiritual journey. May you continue to stay grounded. N. Williams. So understanding tarot. Natasha talks about the types of divination. So tarot, automatic wiring, runes, tea leaves, pendulum, bone reading, stone reading, scarring, numerology, and so on and so forth. And then she talks about signs from guides, like a light flashing, dreams, clouds and all this sort of stuff. What to ask when doing a tarot reading. So this chapter here, the Black Tarot and Guidebook, she talks about the symbolism in the deck. So the water symbolism, the moon phases, etc., etc. There's quite a lot of symbols here. Is there a section here about numerology? Let me see. Yeah, so Natasha's put her numerology. So 1 is beginnings, power and unity. 2, balance, duality, partnership, choice. 3, creativity, custom, self-expression. 4, structure, foundations, hard work, material achievements. 5, freedom, choice, challenge, uncertainty. 6, harmony, love, integration, relationships. 7, tests, metaphysics, completion, spirituality, withdrawal. 8, abundance, prosperity, authority, navigation, manifestation. 9, conclusions, completions. Oh, that's interesting. Achievement and compassion. See, I would have put completions and conclusions as number 10. So number 10 says beginnings and endings, infinity, eternity, and cycles. So it's interesting how people, interpret numerology. Then it talks about the yin and the yang. So the yin is the order of masculinity, day, authorization, and fascism. And yin is the unknown, chaos, femininity, night, decadence. So let's have a look at the spread. So I do like a spread. So she gives some example questions. So what do I need more or less in my life? What spiritual lessons do I need to master right now? Where should I focus my attention currently? So it gives you kind of like example questions. And then the 2 card spreads like do, don't, situation, challenge, blockage, solution, aim, blockage, ideal situation, what are you settling for? It's interesting. And then it gives you some 3 card spreads. So it gives you some examples, subconscious, conscious, higher conscious. Just gives you some different ones that you can use for 3 card spreads, 4 card spreads. So this is interesting. So for each of the spreads, she gives you alternative questions you can ask. I like this. Then it tells you how to prepare for a reading. So gather your deck. There are tons of decks to choose from, all with different energy and vibes based on the creator. Choosing a deck with artwork that resonates with you is essential. So it tells you how to set the mood. I like to start by cleansing my space and deck with smoke. Using candles and choosing their colours based on your intention can generate great energy. Do what you need to create a relaxed space. I must admit, I like that as well. I like to use smoke and candles that are based on my intention. So it talks about setting your attention, how to shuffle the cards. So while shuffling the cards, think over your question. Handling the deck allows you to physically connect with the cards, letting them absorb your energy. Shuffle until you feel as though the deck is ready. I kind of ask my question out loud as I'm shuffling the cards. Then it talks about positioning the cards and how to close the reading. Divination readings are a ritual and deserve the respect of wrapping up. Take time to meditate over the messages you receive during the ritual. Thank the divine ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for their assistance. Put away your tool in a safe place until further use. I like the idea of the closing of the reading. So then it gives you the card meaning. So it goes into the major arcana. So I'm going to read out the first card, as an example. So you've got here the Fool and traits, new beginnings, innocence, and it's a yes on the yes/no answer. Card description. A young man is stepping into the unknown. It is a time for a new beginning. The daisies and the wings behind him indicate innocence and purity. The Fool symbolizes the alpha and omega, the unlimited potential we have at the onset of a journey. Being everything and nothing, the Fool acts on the pulls of creation, intuition, and impulse. Each of us starts our journey as naive fool, working, learning, and growing into our true selves by embodying every stage of the major arcana. We walk through the continuous cycles, eventually emerging as the enlightened Fool. When the Fool card is pulled, it is time to consider the following. Are you living in the present? Are you ready to begin? What calls at your being to live out and achieve in your life? Got here flower, daisy, new beginnings, innocent purity, element, air, chakra, crown, yin yang, innocence, adventure, a leap of faith, purity, cleansing, travel, change, excitement, opportunity, and so on and so forth. In yin, naivety, lack of faith or hope, risky behavior, negligence. So I'm wondering if the in yang is the upright meanings and the in yin is the reverse meanings. That's what I'm thinking. That's what Natasha means. But isn't that nice? Isn't that a lot of detail for each card? I like that. So let's see how the minor arcana plans out. So let's just... I think there's another chapter in between the minor arcana, if I can remember. Okay, so it's the family court cards. So the Mother of Wands, I'm guessing, is the Queen. The Father of Wands, I'm guessing, is the King. The Daughter of Wands, I'm guessing, is the Page. And the Son of Wands is the Knight. And again, it gives you the traits, the description, yin yang, yin yin, and aligning. And it does that for each of the suits. So I'm gathering there's wands. I'm gathering that baskets should be cups. I'm assuming. Knives or swords. And coins are pentacles. Isn't that nice? That's the way that that's been... Okay, so for each of the suits, it gives you the same sort of layout. So you get the traits, card description, yin yang, yin yin, and alignment for each of the cards in each of the suits, which is fantastic. So about the author, Natasha Williams is a creator, activist, and author of the children's book I Affirm Me, the ABCs of Inspiration for Black Kids, or the self-published children's book, What's the Commotion in the Ocean? Natasha was born in Mountain Time, Oria, Colorado, and grew up living in the United States and South Africa. She received a bachelor's degree from William Jewell College and a diploma in culinary arts and wine from Pure Leaf Chefs Academy. She has a master's degree in curriculum and instruction with a gifted and talented endorsement from the Regent University. Natasha lives in North Glen, Colorado with her husband. She is passionate about real conversations and about feelings at home in the deep end, and she loves gathering, learning and healing with others through genuine human connection. Natasha pursues social justice, decolonization work, and creating for her community full-time. Her current projects range from educator-created anti-racist curriculum development to designing ancestral money for individuals of the African diaspora. You can find her on Instagram. I'll give you her Instagram name. That's beautiful. And Guidebook feels so smooth. This book to me is in between a hardback and a paperback. It's beautiful. So now let's have a look at the cards. Let's open this up. Let's take the plastic off. I love, love, love the backs of these cards. Aren't they gorgeous? They've got kind of like a wood effect. And, you know, that's the blue because I've read somewhere that Natasha likes the ocean. So I'm guessing this little spark of blue, which looks like fish, is Natasha's way of putting a bit of water into the wood. It's absolutely gorgeous. The cards are not reversible, but hey-ho, they're beautiful. So let's compare the cards in size. So this is my Abano weight tarot deck, which is the size of a regular US Games type of tarot deck. Can you see these cards are slightly bigger? So they're a bit on the large side for tarot decks, but they're not as big as an oracle card. They've got a really nice feel as well. They're really nice. So the edges are plain, which is good because you can put your own stamp on there should you choose to. But if you look closely, you can see that the kind of wood effect seeps through. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's have a look at the cards. So you've got the Fool with wings, and it looks like he's walking on water. The Magician. The High Priestess. I love this Empress. Nice full figured. Embracing her natural hair. So this is the Emperor. These kind of baskets also have got like a kind of like a temperance feel to me. But it looks like he's given his child kind of role model experiences there. The Hierophant. This is kind of like kind of biblical, because you can see this looks like a rosary beads around her waist. Look at the Lovers. The Chariot. Strength. The Hermit. It's meditating. That actually looks like a yoga kind of pose. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hangman. Death. Temperance. That's interesting. It's like this person's finding an even mix while trying to cook or prepare food. The Devil. So this is an interesting card, because normally the Devil card is about people being chained. And this is saying that it's your choice whether you want to be chained to the negative things in life. I like that depiction. It's got the Capricorn horns there and everything. And the pentagram. It's interesting. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Interesting. Judgment. And the World. So this is this is the Suit of Wands. So the Mother of Wands is equivalent to the Queen of Wands. I think this deck could be its own system, because even though there are kind of elements of Rider-Waite-Smith, there's also some things that aren't Rider-Waite-Smith. So I'm not quite sure what system this deck follows. Father of Wands, which should be the King of Wands. Daughter of Wands, which is the Page. And Son of Wands, which would be the Knight of Wands in the traditional deck. So you've got the Mother of Baskets. I love that. That's the Queen of Cups. Very maternal. Carrying her. I like the fact that she's carrying her baby on her back. I used to do that to my children when they were younger. Father of Baskets, which should be the King of Cups. He looks like he's very much into nature or organic stuff. This is the Page of Cups. And the Son of Baskets. This is interesting, because I always see the Knight of Cups or the Son of Baskets as a Casanova, as a romantic person. And this person in this picture looks like he's being very romantic with his partner. So this is Mother of Knives, which is the Suit of Swords. Queen of Swords. She looks not fierce, but she looks like a strong character, just her pose and stuff. The Father of Knives. Daughter of Knives. Son of Knives. She got the Mother of Coins. She's like a beekeeper. Father of Coins. It's like a business, head of a corporate business. Daughter of Coins. And Son of Coins. So now it's going into the actual suits. So this is the Ace of Wands. I love the kind of colour palette. It's kind of very earthy. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Look at that. It's beautiful. Going out for a nice time. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. Six of Wands. Seven. 8. It's 9 of Wands. Oh, look at this beautiful 10 of Wands. I like that. Baby on the back, was on the head, just going about her every day. I really like that. So you've got the Ace of Baskets, which would be the Ace of Cups, I'm assuming. Two of Cups. It's beautiful. Four of Baskets. Five of Baskets. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. So this is the suit of knives, which is the swords and the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So you've got the ace, the 2, the 3. It's an interesting depiction because it looks like this looks like she's trying to mend a heart, but she's knitting it, so it's interesting. Interesting. Ten of Swords. So this is the suit of coins. I like how he's trying to balance those quarry shells on his toe. Beautiful. She's thinking where to keep that nice gold necklace. So both parents are trying to plait the hair. I have to look at the book to see what this one means. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. This looks like a generation of family. Beautiful. Let's just see how the cards shuffle. And then I'll give you my first impressions. So the cards are quite a smooth shuffle. Can you hear that click, click, click? Beautiful. So let me see if they're flexible enough for a riffle shuffler. Yes, they are quite flexible, so I do think they can be riffled, shuffled as well. They're kind of like matte cardstock. So what do I think of this deck? I really like it. I love the imagery. I can see bits of Rider-Waite-Smith in this deck, but I also think that it could be the author's own system, so like a hybrid of her own system with Rider-Waite-Smith. As I said before, I did buy the journal for this because you can buy a separate journal, which I can't find. I put it down and I can't find it. I'm probably going to find it after I've done this video. So I'm going to work with that journal to kind of assign my own meanings to this deck, because some of the meanings, like this one, the 8 of Cups, that's kind of very Rider-Waite-Smith, you know, walking away from an emotional situation. But some of the cards are not, you know, this is the choices, you know, and stuff. But I think it was some of the major arcanas that I'd like to work on. But I think it's a really, really nice deck, mass marketed, just beautiful artwork, quite traditional in terms of the genders, you know, just male and female really. Nothing in between, but I actually really, really like it. So this is another deck that I intend to work with in the coming year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.